Bremerton, Walla Walla, Aberdeen. We put this video together for people just like us who prefer to live in smaller towns. Today, we cut out the big cities and we're covering the top 10 most affordable towns to live in Washington state. Before we get into this, let's set some ground rules. We are comparing these areas in 6 different types of categories, from cost of goods, groceries, healthcare, housing, transportation, and utilities. We'll tell you how they compare to the national average and Washington state's average. We will also give you the average home price point and the average income. Okay, without wasting any more time, let's jump into the list. Number 10 on the list is Mount Vernon, located between Everett and Bellingham on the I-5 corridor, renowned for its annual Tulip Festival and its fertile soils. Mount Vernon gets a 78 for a livability score and a C- for cost of living. Mount Vernon is about 4% higher than Washington state's average and is only lower in transportation and groceries. The average home price in Mount Vernon is $547,000. The average household income is $89,000. Next on our list is Centralia, situated on the I-5 corridor as well. Between Seattle and Portland, you will find Centralia. This is a historic town known for its farming community with dairy cows and poultry. Centralia offers a livability score of a 78 and a B for overall cost of living. Centralia's cost of living is lower than Washington state in all of its categories with the exception of grocery. Centralia does cost 6% more than the national average in cost of living. The median home price there is $379,900, and the median household income is approximately $60,000 a year. Number 8 on the list, found on the coast of Washington, known for its gray skies and the gateway to the Olympics and the birth of Nirvana, I'm talking about Aberdeen. Aberdeen has an overall livability score of 80. And that kind of surprises me. The cost of living in Aberdeen is 3% higher than the national average, but 15% lower than Washington state's average. Aberdeen has an average home price of $290,000, which is the lowest on our list today, and a median household income of $60,000. Number 7 on the list is Moses Lake, located in central Washington, just off the I-90 corridor, and it has become a hub for aerospace and soon the largest EV battery producer in the world. This might be a good spot to look for investment properties. Moses Lake is given a 74 for livability and an A for cost of living. Overall, Moses Lake is only 3% higher than the national average and 15% lower than Washington state's average. The average home price in Moses Lake is $370,000 and the median income is $68,000 a year. Number 6 on the list is Bremerton. Located across the Puget Sound from Seattle, Bremerton provides a more affordable alternative to living in the Seattle area. Bremerton is known for its naval base and natural beauty and comes with an overall livability score of 84. Although the cost of living is higher than most on the list today, it makes it onto the list because of how affordable it is to its surrounding areas. Because of that, I'm going to compare it to Seattle's numbers instead of the state average. The cost of living in Bremerton is 58 points lower than Seattle and is lower in all categories with the exception of utility. The average home price in Bremerton is $455,000 compared to Seattle's home price of $846,000. With that being said, the household income is also lower, coming in at $87,000 a year compared to Seattle's $115,000 a year. Number 5 on the list is Longview, and this is situated in southwestern Washington off of the I-5 corridor, right against the Columbia River and Oregon State. Longview is given a livability score of a 69 and a B for overall cost of living. Longview has a lower cost of living than Washington State in all categories with the exception of groceries and transportation. The median home price in Longview is $360,000 and the household income is $71,000. Number 4 on the list is another city in eastern Washington. This is Yakima. Yakima has a lower cost of living compared to many of the cities on the west side of the state. Yakima is located in south central Washington. Yakima is given a livability score of a 79 and an A+ for overall cost of living. Yakima has an overall cost of living that is just 1% over the national average and 17% lower than Washington State. Yakima is below the state's average in all cost of living categories. The median home price in Yakima is $425,000 and the median household income is $46,000. Before we get to the top 3, I just wanted to take a break and say, hi, I'm Amanda Dallman, your Washington State Realtor. If you're moving to Washington State, make sure to get a hold of us. Okay, back to the list. Walla Walla comes in to number 3. This charming town is located in the rolling Palouse prairies of southeastern Washington. It is famous for the wine industry and has a score of 79 and an A+ for overall cost of living. Walla Walla has a cost of living that's 5% higher than the national average and 13% below Washington State's average. The average home price in Walla Walla is $403,000 and they have a median income of $66,000. Number 2 on the list, and my hometown, Wenatchee, located in central Washington along the Columbia River and known for its beautiful scenery and outdoor recreation opportunities. Wenatchee is given an overall livability score of a 73 and a B for the overall cost of living. Wenatchee has a cost of living that is 18% over the national average and right on par for Washington State's average. Wenatchee has rated below in all categories with the exception of transportation. The average home price in Wenatchee is $465,000 and the median household income is the highest in central Washington at $87,500. And number 1 on the list is Spokane Valley, located in northeastern Washington on the Idaho border. Spokane is the largest city on our list today, offering an urban city feel with outdoor recreation all around it. Spokane is given a livability score of an 85 with an A- for cost of living. The average cost of living in Spokane is 8% lower than the national average and 10% lower than Washington State's average. Spokane offers lower average costs on every category with the exception of groceries and utilities. The average home price in Spokane is $400,000 and the average household income is $69,000. Thank you for joining us today.